today. Things do need to be done. Word, word. A-Dam Tournament Series, Season 3, Week 3, CIE versus SES. Both teams have a lot to prove today. SES need to prove that they are a third-place caliber team, third or fourth place caliber team, and CIE need to win this match to make up for a loss of points last week, in which case they were unable to play. I'm going to take the credit for that one due to the fact that I could not find them a team to play. It was my issue. It was my fault. But they did, in fact, miss last week, and they have to make up those points, whereas all these other teams you've seen today have been playing more consistently. Let's go, baby! Versus Fate plays Ezreal. Well, looks like CIE get to the early advantages first. They get the early advantage right off the bat. They get their shove in. How much wave clear is available on the side of SES, you guys? I didn't get to do too much champion analysis here. Now, on the side of Counter Instigate, in case you guys don't remember, they're taking a very retro squad here. 3 pokers with an Alistair. This has been an undying team composition, you guys. This is one that's always been successful on this map. Especially now that Alistair has that great Mark Dash synergy with the modern meta. Then you look over at the side of SES, where this is super modern meta. Recently, we've seen an influx in wombo combo teams, team fighting compositions, but it's only been able to be used by squads that know how to defend early, know how to keep their towers alive against the unrelenting aggression of these poke compositions. The strong early game of these poke compositions who are able to trade so effectively using their massive ranges. Serpentis, they have the synergy amongst their players. They've been playing together for a long time. They are one of those Summoners Rift community that put a team together for our A-Dam Tournament Series, so they all have synergy with each other. But if they have the knowledge of the game, and if they can implement it into this early game and keep their tower alive, then this should be in a good place. Or, if Counter Instigate don't put on enough aggression and don't hit enough of their poke spells and don't get themselves the opportunity to hit the tower early, then they're going to be giving Serpentis time to scale, time to get items, and time to hit that spike they need to in order to, get that team fighting position, get that damage, get that tankiness to make those engages and win the team fights. Now this shove works very well for Counter Instigate's squad. We are seeing a good bit of poke drop from them. Not too much shown on the health bars for SES because they do have their sustain. You can see quite a few health pots bought from the side of Serpentis here. Not much to be said about this early game, exactly as we should expect it to go. Lots of poke, great front lines on the side of CIE. They're going to get the shove, plus massive amounts of wave clear on the side of CIE as well, you guys. Massive amounts of wave clear, so they will be able to clear out many of these minions before Serpentis even get the chance to approach and contest, which gives them that forward advantage, which creates that space. Now, Serpentis are doing that thing that I mentioned, you guys, where they move too far forward and they contest the wave clear a little bit too early. Now, they don't have that much wave clear on their side. Uh-oh, call me Herm. Isolated, headbutted back into the team, forced to flash. One flash down in favor of Counter Instigate. Boy, aka Ocean Eyebrows, says, so what's good? I assume he's asking what's good right now. And Siren, I'm going to leave that answer up to you. I'm going to leave that answer up to Strider. I want Strider and Siren to answer that question. What is good? What is good right now? Is V8 on both teams? No, there actually is only one Counter Instigate team at the moment that is active. The Counter Instigate Alpha roster has become inactive since Season 3. Matter of fact, since the Season 2 finals, they were inactive then as well. So this is the only Counter Instigate roster at the moment. Good wave clear from Serpentis Esports. Protecting their tower as much as possible. 5 minutes in, this is a good chunk of damage to be taken away by the CIE under the first tower. Means they are giving themselves the advantage. They are setting themselves up with the scenarios that they require. as the squad. Then what they want to do is they want to push down the first tower, get a couple of kills using their pokes at their level 6 and level 9 power spikes, and then once they push down the first tower, turn up the heat, turn up the aggression, take the second one down, and hopefully get the inhibitor down before 15 minutes. They have 10 minutes to do so. Mystic wants to find the ultimate, flashes for it, secures 4, gets lots of damage down, but Stairs is still plenty healthy. Pops his ultimate to Callie. Callie forced to jump away. Mystic left very low in CIE. They're disengaging effectively. Still a very even trade on the team fight, though. You can see the health bars only slightly in favor of CIE. With almost all ultimates used during that fight, no kills were gained by SES, which means CIE can get themselves right back into this faux laning phase. Actually, this is still the laning phase. Can get themselves right back into the laning phase. They didn't get much, but the ultimates were used and they survived. That's good. That's a victory for CIE. Later, boy. Later. Skill is always good. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Siren. Skill is good. Alright. Now I'm back into camera control mode. Here comes the dive from V8. Finds his kill. Great mark dash. V8 going to be leading his team to victory here. He is countered with a kill onto himself, but that doesn't mean his team wasn't able to get the damage. Now, there's two things that come from a dive like that. Now, first off, you get a kill. Nice. He gets an execution. Nice. But his team also was granted lots of time to hit the tower, which means they were able to get that advantage, further their advantage in the early game. 7 minutes in now, and I assume that by 10, this first tower should be gone, should be felled. And if they play their cards right in the early game, if they get good executions, if they keep their poke hitting consistently, then they should be able to push it into a second tower as well. V8 now level 7 alongside of his allies. Not a bad mark dash there from V8. Doesn't really want to go in on it though. Just going to try and give his team that time to siege. You can see he's tower diving a little bit every wave. He wants to pressure the enemy team backwards, back into their safe zone in between the two towers, so his team can move forward right in front of the tower, just inside tower aggro range, and hit it a couple of times. If he's able to consistently do that for each wave, they should be able to get this tower down within the next minute. I'd say 2 minutes. Before 10 minutes. I'm going to stick with that. Here we go. You can see V8, he's still the front lines. He knows if anybody needs to take damage, it's him. Uh-oh, Callie. Gonna get targeted by the Xerath, is found, and that kill goes towards world's best player. Callie goes down, unable to dodge all 3 shots of the Xerath ultimate. The snipes, ladies and gentlemen, the snipes. And now with a 4 versus 3 advantage, CIE have that much more opportunity to take down this tower here. So with that kill, they've simply just accelerated their first tower down. It's another advantage for them. They're going to get the first tower. Serpentis have to concede. And now on to phase 2 of the early game poke composition. To the second tower, V8, another dive. Pops his ultimate, doesn't have the mana for knockups. Did not foresee that one coming, but even still pressured out the enemy team. But here comes Mystic. Great mark dash into the ultimate. V8 is left low, as is Fruit Punch. They secure the kill, they trade out 1 for 1. Stairs ults himself underneath the enemy tower, but the aggro, actually, he doesn't even take the tower hit there. Now Callie, gonna be able to turn this one around, gonna be able to secure a kill, but a double going to world's best player. Now 3-0 and 1 on the Xerath, continuing his siege, continuing his aggression. I wish the IGNs were the same as chat. Yes, that's been something I've been wishing since day one. I only wish that people's in-game names match their Twitch chat names. That would be very nice. I completely agree with you there. Callie, very low. If Counter Instigate Epsilon were to completely oversee the ARAM-itis that most people are plagued with on this map, then they would know to leave Callie as low health as possible to ensure that Callie is starved. Starve the enemy Tristana. V8 wants to find the kill, but now that all 4 members of CIE are back, it's a decent time to kill him. If they kill him, they're going to get that instant advantage, and they want it as soon as possible. So killing Callie to begin a team fight is not a bad thing. Killing Callie as like a snipe from Fruit Punch, what's not really going to gain you anything, is not what you want to do here. You're going to keep Callie as starved as possible for items and for health to ensure that you have an easier time sieging as this lane phase extends itself. So much more vision when I go into team fight mode, you guys. It's crazy. It's a really nice tool. It's a beautiful thing. All right, world's best player, CIE. Continuing forward. Decent wave clear from Serpentis, but it's still not good enough. Still not good enough. They're past the level 9 power spikes. They have more wave clear here. It is going to be more of a struggle for CIE to get the second tower down, but they also have their own level 9 power spikes. Quanduit says, what teams are playing today? This is our final match. And as you can see, we have Serpentis taking on Counter Instigate Epsilon. In our first set of the day, we had Hail Hydra taking on 0 Hour. And our second, it was AMAM playing PNG Omega Zenith. This is the first match of this set. So this dance here is exactly what PNG want. This is exactly the way they want this phase to play out, because this is where they're going to be able to deal their damage. It seems as though Serpentis are very afraid to make an engage here. I'm not sure why they're not making more aggression. They're definitely being forced out very, very hard here. Good ultimate from World's Best Player to capitalize on Call Me Herm. Now he can't make his own engage. He can't follow up himself. And Counter Instigate doing a very great job of simply out-trading, consistently out-trading Serpentis. Now, it seems like it's a slow early game, but it's really not. We're only 12 minutes in. CIE, they still have 3 minutes to make a good team fight. Nice headbutt from Beyate. Completely cancels the engage from Mystic. Now he's going to get the headbutt. He's going to get the isolation, and Fruit Punch is slain. A misplay on the side of SES. Call Me Herm cannot follow up, cannot deal his damage as Garen, and just like that, a 3 versus 4 advantage given to Counter Instigate Epsilon, and potentially even a second tower. And once the second tower is taken, there is no barricade to taking this inhibitor down, and when the inhibitor goes down, super minions will begin to approach, and super minions at 15 minutes are simply too strong. Another kill for Stairs as Kali goes down to a nice mark dash from Beyate. Another kill just as Mystic is spawning. Perfectly timed for CIE. Another 3 versus 4 advantage, and the other one had just ended. Keeping the death timers on stutter, keeping your team in an advantage. It's exactly the way to play this out. Very retro playstyle. CIE have always been a very retro team, and it's working out well for them in this match. They show that they know what they're doing. Looks like this will be a second tower. They need to just dive this one and take it here, to be honest with you. Looks like Stairs are going to stick around. There it goes. No, it's not down, but yet, don't cancel the auto attack. There it goes. Second tower down, and inhibitor is exposed. 2 minutes now. Now, there's a double kill for Kali, as a matter of fact, and Serpentis are making their counterplay, but how much will they be able to take here? Now, with the second turret down, CIE got everything that they wanted. Fruit Punch, the only one left alive. Call Me Herm might be able to capitalize here. That is going to be the case. Fruit Punch going to go down in an ace for SES, but still not a bad scenario for CIE. Now, with the second tower down, it exposes the inhibitor and guarantees inhibitor siege as long as CIE are simply able to push the fight back into blue base. Now, what Serpentis has to do... Whoa! Fruit Punch... Oh, no, that was an execution. So, Call Me Herm actually jumping in for an execution, you guys. Now, all CIE have to do is push the fight back to the inhibitor, and it's almost guaranteed for them. They have to just apply pressure. Alistair is very good at that, and CIE, if they want to stop that, they have to create their own barricade here in front by starting a team fight. It might be only 14 minutes in, might be too early for Serpentis to have that team fighting potential. And if they start a fight, they still might lose it. It has to be perfectly executed. This is the situation that poke compositions, early game comps put you into. They force you to fight, and if you don't win, they will win. Ignis taken down very quickly. A good engage from Mystic. That's all for. Call Me Herm trades out effectively. He's still very much alive, and Fruit Punch is very much dead. 2 for 1 so far in Serpentis' favor. They've won this team fight, and they've solidified themselves at least another couple of minutes in this game. Now, nice snipe from World's Best Players, but a 2 versus 2 is not nearly enough to merit World's Best Player and Beyate pushing forward for a Nexus, for an inhibitor steal. Now, Kali aggress once again. Call Me Herm going back in, but it's just them defending. So Serpentis, they fought when they needed to, and they evenly traded in the skirmish, which means that they have thus extended the duration of the game, thus allowing themselves to scale a little bit more. Now, I think they have to win maybe 2 or 3 team fights. Nice dodge there from Call Me Herm. Nice mark dash dodge there. Call Me Herm. Now, he's putting on much more, he's giving much more attention to fights here than he was before because he has to. He has no choice. I feel like Triss needs so much more peel in ADAM to be good. She usually fights in the jungle, in SR, and in ARAM, it's more disorganized, so completely different. I disagree. I think it is just as organized. Organization doesn't depend on the layout of the map. Organization depends on the teams, the coordination between the teams, and the organization of the team. Now, while I don't necessarily disagree that this might not be the best scenario for a Tristana, I don't believe that it's due to disorganization or unorganization or lack of organization. I'm expecting a 1-1, to be honest. That's what some guy you don't know says in the Twitch chat, you guys. All right, so the match has been pushed back. After that even skirmish, both teams back full health and alive, ready to go in their next team fight, and the match has been pushed back with the great wave clear on the side of CIE. They can do this. Pushed back to the inhibitor. Now the inhibitor is exposed, and it's under duress of siege. Serpentis, if these minions get cleared out, if these minions get pushed farther forward, they may end up being under too much pressure. They may have to concede it, or they may have to start a team fight that they don't want to start. Now, keep in mind, 17 minutes in now, we are past that point, that point of no return for Team SeS. So they still have a chance. Great knockback from V8 to cancel Mystic's engage. World's best player now. The next target does go down to Call Me Herm, while Callie is dealing with Stairs in the backline. Stairs in a 1v3, almost able to handle himself, 2 for 1 in favor of Serpentis, and once again, they out-team fight CIE. Now, Callie's left very low. One more ultimate from Fruit Punch, and he's down. Fruit Punch's been throwing down the really nice ultimate shots, and the really nice snipes here. So Serpentis, with that one team fight earlier in the game, they secured themselves at least some playing time here. They secured themselves a game past 15 minutes, and now they've won this team fight, and they're continuing the aggression. Nice wombo from Mystic. Didn't find Fruit Punch in there, though, unfortunately. Or from Ignis, excuse me. Didn't find Fruit Punch in there, which would have been the ideal scenario, but not a bad try. Definitely not a bad try. And some guy you don't know, to your next comment, man. I have your counter. I have your counter right here. AMAM. AMAM is incredibly organized, even in an ARAM scenario where their champions are random. That's where AMAM gets their experience, man, in ARAM tournaments. The organization doesn't have anything to do with the setting, it has to do with the players. Nice engage, great damage from Stairs. V8 capitalizes, and Orianna is taken down right away. That will be an inhibitor 18 minutes in, but we have time for Serpentis to scale. Nice, another solo kill for Stairs. Backlines onto Callie. It's a 2 versus 4 now, you guys. Now Stairs making his way back in. He's got great shred damage. He's hitting the inhibitor as well as Mystic at the same time. Mystic should fall here. That is the case. And now Call Me Herm might be next. This could be an ace. That will be... Nope, not quite. Call Me Herm does go down. A double kill for the Urgot. That was 3 of those kills of that fight going to the Urgot. And an ace for Team CIE. Nice ultimate from Ignis, but gets stunned right away. Another ace. 2 aces in a row for CIE. Death timers at least 12 seconds. They're going to get 1 tower, 2 towers, and potentially even the game here. Callie looks like he's going to concede. And just like that, Counter Instigate Epsilon have secured their first victory in this set. Congratulations, CIE. They do it. Experience has prevailed over individual skill this game, you guys. Expect Serpentis to reorganize themselves. Expect them to reconsider their strategies in the draft phase, knowing what they now know about Counter Instigate Epsilon and the way that they play. GG. Congratulations to CIE. They're going to be walking away with at least 2 points in this set.